Now let's proceed further. So as discussed, we will be learning about R programming, R code programming. R is as simple as English language. That's the first thing that you need to remember. And this is called as high level programming language. What do you mean by high level programming language? Means even if you know little bit of programming, even if you know little bit of programming, that is good enough for us. That is what it means. It is used for a lot of statistical analysis. Statistical analysis. And it has a lot of packages. What is a package? Packages code or functions or programs which someone else has written in the past. They are made available to you. You can readily use that. Okay, you have a lot of modes, interactive mode, development mode, all of these. This is a must-know tool. This is a must-know programming language for data scientists. And then, if you type 1 plus 1, okay, if you just type 1 plus 1 on the keyboard, and you can use a shortcut, Control Enter on your keyboard or Control R. If you press this on your keyboard, it will run this line and show the result here. At the same time, if you click on run here, it will run the code. So let me do one thing. Let me first remove this part. I type 2 plus 2. Say I type 2 plus 2 and then click on enter. If you type 2 plus 2 and click on enter, it doesn't do anything. But if you select, you can place your mouse cursor anywhere on that line. Absolutely. And then if you click on run here, it will execute the function for you. And it will automatically go to the next line. It will automatically switch to the next line of code. That's the good part. Okay. However, the good practice is to have a space. If you do not have a space like this, still you can run and it will work. And then still it will come to the next line. However, giving the space is the best practice. In interviews, after you clear the theory, they will give you a data set and they will ask you to work. They will ask you to write our program and then submit the code. When you submit the code, these things are very important. They look at whether you are maintaining the best practices or not. And you are also expected to write comments adjacent to that. Whenever you put a hash and you write something, that is called as a comment. Like what we write on a notebook. On your book, you will write the notes, right? Whatever I'm training or teaching you guys on, you might want to make a note on your notebook. Instead of writing physically on a book, you're digitally making a note here. That is also something which is advisable. Okay. Now say you're doing 2 plus 2. If you use this, this is a shortcut for running a line of code. Control Enter or Control R. Then a few of them ask me this question on what is this one which is appearing? To answer that, we have the next line of code. The next line of code is 1:50. 1:50 would print the numbers from 1 to 50 in your console. You would be able to see the results in your console. So if I say 1:50 and click on run, you would see 1 to 50 numbers printed. This within square brackets you see 1. That means this first entry holds the first position, and this holds 29th position. Just to help you solve this, I can also type the numbers in reverse order. If we type the numbers in reverse order, let's see how it appears. If I say 50 colon 1, and if I run this, you can also select a piece of code and then run it. Okay, there you go. 50, 49, all that. This 50 holds first position. Number 22 holds 29th position. This 22 holds 29th position. That way, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in that way, this will be 29th position. Then you have print of hello world. So you can print anything basically. Yeah. If you want to print characters, then those characters should always be in double quotes. Remember, if you're printing characters, those should be in double quotes. And then when you print this, you just see whatever is there in the brackets, you'll see it here. Say I don't want all these things to appear here in the console. Then you have to press Control and L on your keyboard so that it clears the console. So if you press Control and L, it would simply clear the console for you. Next, if I say 1 colon 5, if I just highlight that portion and run it, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm printing those numbers and I'm assigning these numbers to an object called X. I'm assigning those numbers to an object called X using this assignment operator. This assignment operator is less than and minus. So let me run this. It says, hey, here you go. You have X, and X has numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I now say X and run, you see those numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which got printed. Instead of using this assignment operator, you can also use another operator, which is equal to. Equal to, okay, 1 colon 5. This assignment operator or this assignment operator both mean the same to a great extent. But there is a thin line of difference, which we'll discuss later. These two are called as assignment operators. However, having said that, there is thin line of difference, and this is the best practice. Best practice is to use less than and minus sign as assignment operator, not equal to. Equal to is not best practice, but you can also use that. That's the point that I'm trying to drive here. Okay, next. Say I have another variable called y. Here, should I always assign the numbers in a sequence? No. You can also assign numbers such as say 3, 5, 8, 1, 2. I want to assign these to an object called y. When you have different set of numbers which are not in a sequence, you combine those numbers using an option called or using a function called C. C means combine or concatenate all of these. And using the assignment operator, you're assigning it to an object called y. And here there is a shortcut. If you want this assignment operator, right, what you can do is you can say y less than sign and minus sign. And then you can assign whatever numbers you want to assign. Or if you want the shortcut, you can use Alt and minus sign. Alt minus. If you press these two keys at one go on your keyboard, you would get this. These are all the shortcuts which will ensure that we do our programming fast. Okay, such shortcuts are very important. They come in very handy. So when I say Y, it has all these numbers. When I press on Y, you have those numbers here. And then you can add. If I say X plus Y, okay, you have X 1 to 5, you have Y, all these numbers. If I say X plus Y, you get to see the results. And then what am I doing? I'm assigning those to an object called A. Now let me show you quickly. When you do this, X holds what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this Y holds all these numbers. When you say X plus Y, it says 1 plus 3, which is 4, 2 plus 5, 7, 3 plus 8 is 11, 4 plus 1 is 5, and 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay. I mean, a lot of you all must be aware of the programming already. But my intention is to teach those people who do not know programming. For all those people who know, you might also want to skip this session because you're already masters. You already know that. Yeah. But this session that I'm conducting is for those people who are not aware of our programming. Okay. Not for you guys who already know that. Anyways, now next. If I say Z is numbers 4 to 9, let me assign that. Let me run this. And in this Z, you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I say X plus Z, if I say X plus Z, X has only 5 numbers, right? But Z has 6 numbers. So what do you think will be the output if I add X plus Z? Let me run it and then show you. Though it gives some warning message, not an error. It's just saying that, do you know what? X and Y, one of them is longer. Okay, another one is shorter. That is what it is saying. So X has all these numbers and Z has all these numbers. If you say X plus Z, it is 1 plus 4, 2 plus 5, 3 plus 6, 4 plus 7, 5 plus 8. Now what happens is for the last one, here you have 1, but here all these 5 numbers are gone. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X has all these numbers. And then Z has the numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 1 plus 4, 2 plus 5, 3 plus 4, 4 plus 7, 5 plus 8. Now for this, what happens is it will go back here. Since you completed, it will go back to the first element. So 1 plus 9 is 10. If you have another number called 10 here, what it will do is 2 plus 10. If you have another number here 11, it will be 3 plus 11. If you have another number 12, it will be 4 plus 12. If you have another number called 13, it will be 5 plus 13. Yeah, that is how it adds the operation when you have unequal lengths, like the warning message that you see. Then, if I say X multiplied by 2, each value of X is getting multiplied by 2. 1 multiplied by 2 is 2, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, 3 multiplied by 2 is 6, 4 multiplied by 2 is 8, 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. Then you have list of objects. Here you are able to see, right? This is our studio. Hence you are able to see here on what are the various objects that got created. However, when you use R, in R, you will not have this look and feel. You'll not be able to see all such things. And if you want to know what are the various objects which you have created, and when you use R, you use list of objects. So it says you have A, X, Y, and Z. Then you have something called as package. What is a package? Packages collection of functions, codes, objects. Sorry, not objects, programs, which someone else has written in the past. We want to reuse that. So this install.packages, and within the double quotes, if you give the name of the package, then you install the package. But you need to know which package you need to use. There is only one way. You will get to know use through experience and through practice. Okay. So you install the package. Next, you invoke the package. You install the package and then you invoke the package. The moment you install, you cannot use it until and unless you invoke the package. So if I say install.packages, it will connect to the internet. It will pull the data from the internet and download that. And then if I go to packages and if I type XML, this here, it's a tool for parsing and generating XML within R and S+. S+ is another software like R. If I run this library of XML, see what happens here. Here it will put a check mark automatically. So let me run this line. There you go. It put a check mark. If you don't want to use it, okay, if you say, hey, I don't want to use it, then just click on that, uncheck. So detach the package or attach the package. If I want to again invoke, I need not run this. I can also select here like that. The moment I put a check mark, library of XML got triggered. The same thing. So if you forget any of these functions, on how to install the package or how to invoke the package, then there is another way. Do you see here? I clicked on package. Do you see install there? When I click on this and when I type XML and when I click on install, remember install dependencies should be selected. Otherwise, it doesn't work the way it has to. Okay. If you select XML and when I click on install, look at what is going to happen now. It's going to install.packages. Same function. Either run it or do it in this way. Same function, library of XML. Either put a check mark or do this. That is the good part of this IDE, Integrated Development Environment. It's very, very user friendly, very, very user friendly. Okay. Now, if you want to know which version of R you're using, you just say version and then you get the version. I'm using 3.6.3. It was released in 2020, Feb 29th. And it's given a nickname called holding the windsock. Here is a version. Okay. Now, if you want to read any file, what you need to do is you have to say you want to read a CSV file. You say read.csv. This is for MacBook friends. You use a tilde like that, tilde, and within double quotes, you give the path of the file along with the name of the file and extension of the file. This is for what? For Windows. Sorry, for Mac. This tilde will come for MacBook. People who are using Apple laptops. People who are using Windows, you have to use C colon. Either, I mean, what is the Windows default path? When you copy from Windows, this is how it will look like, right? For example, if I go here and say copy, and if I paste it here, look at how it is. The default is this. users, Barani, desktop in that way. Those are the default things that you use. These kind of um, what do you call them? Backslash. Okay. But if you want to use R, then you have to change these backslashes to forward slash one way. Or if you are hell bent upon using the same backslash, you have to put double backslash. This will work. Or this will work. But this will not work. It will throw an error. Okay, just remember that. Then now just a moment. These are clear, so I'll just change this to our company name. Now it got changed to 360 digit MG. Okay. If you want to say that, do you know what? I want to maintain a folder, and no matter what files I have, I want to save it. I want to save it in a specific location. Then what you need to do is either say get the current working directory. Either say get the current working directory. It says downloads is your current working directory. So that means if I have any file in downloads, let me see what files I have in downloads now currently. I have this WC80, right? So if I want to load this data set, right? If I want to load this WC-80, all I need to do is I can just say read.csv and I can just say WC80.csv. I can just directly give the name of this file and it will work. It has loaded the data set. This is the data set. It will automatically read it. Okay. However, if you feel that no, I do not want to read the files which are there in downloads, I want to create a separate file on desktop, for example. So let me copy this and let me put it on, maybe I'll go to desktop. I'll say 20 hours program. I'll put it here. It's already there here, right? So this should be the right path. Assume I want to pull my data sets directly from here. So what I will do is I'll say set working directory and I need to give the path. If I give this path with the same thing, it will give me an error. Why error? Error. It says you're using this. I don't understand this. Okay, you're using this, but I don't understand. So what do you need to do? Either change this to forward slash and run it. It will work. Or you have to have a double backslash. Only then it will work. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Okay. Then um, what else? Okay. From now on, since I said this, if I want to read any file, I can just say read CSV. Let's see in this path, what do I have? I have cars. So I'll say cars.csv. It would work for me. Why did? Okay. I didn't put it in double quotes. My bad. You have to put it in double quotes. Okay. And then it will load the data for you in this way. The cars data set got loaded. This is how you load the data. Okay. And here, one thing that I forgot is when you read a file, if you use the assignment operator and assign it to an object, at a later point, you can always refer that. For example, say I'll put it in cars. Okay, I read the file and put it in cars. So it will start appearing here. There you go, cars. So that means you can click on it anytime and view the data set. When you click on that, another function got triggered, view of cars. If you see here, V is in caps. If I put V in small, your R throws an error. It says, hey, I could not find this function view. This means that R is case sensitive. R is case sensitive. And roughly there are 2 million users, 2 million users working on R. Okay, bringing about developments. Hence, you have an option called update.packages, which will update all the packages that you have. For example, if I click on update here, if I click on this, this will come up. All these are the latest packages that you might want to update. Right? Say I'll choose any one. I'll click on install updates. So what will it do? It will install the updated package. That is what this also does, update.packages. But what this will do is it will ask you, hey, do you want to update all the packages? And also the version needs to be upgraded. Do you want to do that? If you say yes, yes. For everything it is going to ask for. Each package, glue package, do you want to upgrade that? Say no. Rest of the things you're saying no, assume. Just for the interest of, in the interest of time, otherwise it will install all these. So whatever I say yes, for that it is going to upgrade. Okay, and now a lot of statistical programming languages which were licensed, that means SaaS, crores of rupees is what you need to spend for licenses. IBM has something called as SPSS, that is also very, very costly. Then you have Minitab, many other tools. You can load all these files into R very easily, provided you install a package called foreign package. Foreign means any language which is foreign to R can also be installed. So let me see whether that package is there. Yep. If already the package is there, you need not install, friends. If the package is not there, what happens is, if you say library of foreign, if you say library of foreign, it would have thrown an error saying that such package does not exist. If it says such package does not exist, you need to install. If it is already installed, you need not again install that. And then how do you read an SPSS file? Let me see if I have cancer.sav. .sav is the extension for SPSS files. SPSS is another statistical tool that we have. Not many people are using that. But say I have .sav, let me see whether I have that or not. It should be there in R code if it's there. No. So what I will do is I'll go to internet and then I'll download cancer.sav. Uh, where do I download it from? Yeah, here it is. So let me click on this. It's downloaded, right? It's there in the downloads folder. So what I'll do is I'll go here. I will take it from the downloads and I'll put it in this path. Why this path? Because by default, that's the path which we have set as a current working directory. So here I can just give the name of the file and click on run. It would read the file. Here is a SPSS file. These are all the various columns it has. Now, it didn't load in a proper format, right? It didn't load in a proper format. When I clicked on SPS, when you click on this SPSS, look at how it's appearing. This is one column, this is another column. Yeah, it's very weird. If you want that to look nice in this rows and columns format, then you need to convert that. You need to use the same function, read.spss, give the name of the file. But when you read it, you want to convert that to a data frame. Like you have your photo frame, you have data frame. Data frame means you can position your data in nice rows and column format. Data frame is true. Use value dot labels equal to true. When you give that, the column names will be chosen appropriately, the names of the columns. So I'm loading that. Now if you run this SPSS, look at how it's appearing. Wonderful. It's in rows and columns format. Earlier, look at how it was appearing. List format. Now how is it appearing? In a nice tabular format. Now if I say view, V in caps of this SPSS, there you go. Huge difference, right? There's a huge difference in how you load the data. Here it is in some kind of a list format. Here it is in a data frame format. It will make your life easier. The simple thing, to data frame. If you have SAS, SAS, SAS is another such software which is taking a back seat, meaning there are not a lot of developments in that. It's suffering big time. And only organizations who have been using SAS historically are continuing to use, but otherwise they're not using. Now here, to load SAS files, you need to use this SAS 7BDAT. You just install that, invoke that, right? Is it there? No. See, I tried invoking directly by running this line. And when I run this line, okay, when I run that particular line, it invoked the package. It should invoke the package. But there is an error. There is no package. If there is no package, what should you do? You have to install the package. Okay. And once you install the package, you need to invoke the package using this. And once you install and invoke, there are a lot of data sets, SAS data sets. Okay, so if I click on this, there you go. Here is a data set. Okay, and in each of the link that you observe URL, you'll have some of the other data sets. All these are the various data sets which you want to use. That's how it is. You can connect to Microsoft database. You can read lines from various websites, many things, friends. But I don't want to take that route and explain all the other things which are not that important for you guys. Okay, but those are a few things. Okay, now if I want to remove all these from here, if I remove all these, right, what happens is, if I remove all these, if I don't want these, better remove, because all these are going to consume your memory, RAM. Say if you have 4 GB RAM, and if you already have a lot of the files loaded here, and if you're not making use of them, if you're not using them, then what happens is it will be using this memory still. So in order to free up your memory, in order to make your system fast, you just say remove list equal to ls of all these items. So let me run that. Done. I removed everything. Okay. A few more things. Let me type here. If you want to read, or if you want any help on say read.spss, or maybe read.csv, if you want any additional help, all you need to do is question mark to say read.csv. When you say this question mark and run it, control enter is what I've done. You get to see all the help required here. Read.csv, how should be the function that you write? What are the different arguments? Okay, and there will also be examples, friends. There will also be examples here on how to read that. You can make use of this, right? That's a good thing. Then if you want help, it's not just question mark. You can also type help of read.csv. Same thing. You'll get the same thing. Even if you say help of read.csv. Sometimes, do you know what? You might have forgotten that read is, should it be read.csv or should it be read underscore csv or should it be something else? Say you forgot that also. Still R will help you. You should say help.search of, there is something called as read csv, which is that function. Let me run that. It gave me these. So either you can click on this, okay, or you can click on this. You, in order to read, you can also use read underscore csv. Okay, or you can look at this, read underscore csv, or you can look at zoo package, which also has read.csv. All these are the basic, what it's helping you do is, it's going to tell you, even if you forget what you have to use, dot or underscore, etc., it will tell you what are the various packages that you might want to refer to read those files. This is the amazing kind of help that you have. Okay. And if you want help on any library, say you are installing this particular package called foreign, you want help on that. So what you can do is, you can say library of help equal to foreign. So you want help on this particular library. That's what we have written, right? Oh, F is in small, sorry. Or even if you don't have double quotes, I think it has to work. Let me run it. There you go. It is saying that this is a package which got updated recently on 20th Jan. It can read Minitab. Minitab is a statistic. All these are statistical tools. You can read data sets from all these varieties. And who are the people who have written that? All these people. George, uh, Bivand, Vincent. All these are the various people who have actually written this. And these are the various functions that you have. You can read all these files, you can write files, amazing stuff. So the help in R is amazing, outstanding. Sorry about my throat. I have some throat infection, so I'll be a little slow. That's the reason. Okay. And do you know what? You can do mathematical calculations. We already know that. What kind of mathematical calculations can be done? Okay. Say you want to say 1 plus 2. All right. See. And if you want to say, let me take log of 100. Log of 100 is so much. All right. Next, let me say 5 into 30. That's 150. Can I not run all these three lines at one go? You select all these three and run. Or you might say that, okay, I'm going to run all these things at one go. That is 1 plus 2. Segregate it with semicolon. Then you want log of 100. Segregate it with colon. Then you say 5 multiplied by 30. Okay, let me run it. Look at that. 1 plus 2 is 3. Log of 100 is this. And 5 into 30 is 150. You can write it in a single line also. That will work. Now, if I say 5.3, or let me do one thing. Let me do a simple calculation. Let me say 25 into 3.149. I'm just randomly, I'm taking some numbers. Let me multiply. What did I get? 78.3. 259. If I say I want the floor, I want the floor of the same thing. 75 multiplied by that takes the floor. What is the floor? 78. Then to help you understand this better, I'll take the ceiling also. If you say ceiling of this number, what will we get? That's the poll question. Let me ask you guys. So a poll question coming your way because I want to make sure that everyone is attentive. So let me reset the poll. Let me add a poll. If I say ceiling of that number, would I get 78 or would it be 78 point, what is that? 78.725 or would it be 79? Review, publish. Yep. Please, can you answer that? What do you think will be the answer, friends? Wonderful. Wonderful. Good. I'll end the poll. Majority of y'all got it right. Guys, that means you have analytical capabilities, right? Worth getting into data science. Yes, it'll be 79. Ceiling. When I say round, what would that do? When I say round this, and what it will do is it will round it off. It will round it off to the nearest. If it is 78.725, when I say round it off, it has given me 79. But if I say round 78.325, what will this give me is a question that I have, and you know that I'm going to now resort to poll. Let's see who will get it right. Will it be this or this? Yep. Please answer. Good, 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 good. I mean, it's 86, 87, more than 85% of people are answering it right. That means, that really means that majority of y'all are analytical. Yes. So when I run this, it will say 78. The reason being very simple. If it's 78.325, okay. If after point, if you have a number which is less than 5, which is less than 5, then it will keep this. If it's 78.725, after this decimal, if this value is greater than 5, then you get 79. That is how it works. Okay. There is another function which I want to tell you. Small numbers. All these are very important, by the way. When you keep learning such small things, it will take you in a big way. It will take you to a different direction. If I want to sequence numbers from 1 to 8, and if I want to increase them in a frequency of 0.5, then what do you think would be the result? There you go. 1, 1.5, 1 to 8, you want to sequence the numbers with an increment of 0.5. So 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5 in that way until 8. And then I want to show you the difference between in the difference between equal to sign and assignment operator. I told you, right, that I want to show you the difference between these two. In order to show the difference between these two, you will have to wait for roughly 10 minutes. Why? Break time. It's 3:06 now. Let's come back by 3:15 and take it further. Picture abhi baki hai. Huh? We will look at this on the other side of the break. So class will commence. Class will commence at 3:15. Break time. Go back, come back afresh. Okay, friends. Yep, I see that. Good. I really appreciate the kind of interest that you guys have. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So let's get here. Let us understand on what is the difference between equal to and less than, or less than minus sign. Difference between these two assignment operators. Say I say that I want to find the summation of the numbers from 1 to 5. If you add the numbers from 1 to 5, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and assign it to A, if I run this, you get 15. Okay. And if I say A, and if I run it, it says object A not found. So if you use this within a function, it doesn't work well. But at the same time, if I say summation of A, and if I say 1 colon 5, and if I run that, you still get 15. But when I say now A and run it, there you go. 1 to 5 have been assigned to this object, and then you're finding the summation. But when you say equal to, it doesn't get assigned, but it will just execute that particular function. It doesn't get stored. It doesn't create any object like what this assignment operator creates. That's the difference. Now, a few more things that we need to discuss here is, if you want to assign a numeric object, there are basic data types. Let's understand about data types. If you're creating an object called A, and if I want to assign it 4, okay, if I run it, and then if I say, hey, show me what is there in A, it says it is 4. However, when you want to create an object A, and if you want to assign ABC, ABC is what? Or let me type digit MG. If I run it, it says error. Why? Because this is a string. You have to put it in double quotes or single quotes, right? Let me put it in double quotes. Then if you run it, and if you say A, yep. When you have something which is in alphabet, which is alphabetical in nature, string, you always have to put it in double quotes. If I run this, say, let me put it in B, right? So let me run this and let me put it in B, this part. Now, if I say A plus B, what do you think will be the answer? We'll say error. Okay, now I'll create another object, C. I'll say I'm going to assign it a Boolean function, Boolean, which is true. I say what is there in C, it will say true. If I say A plus C, which is a Boolean, it is 5. Look at that. It treated this true as one additional number. So 4 plus 1 is 5. That's what it's saying. Now, if I add B plus C, what will it give me? Error. So the number and a Boolean can be added. Apart from that, nothing can be added. Then there is something called as type conversion, which is very important. Type conversion. What do you mean by type conversion? If you're creating an object X, which has say ABC, Just creating a string ABC and assigning it to X. If I say what is a class of X, what class does it belong to? It says it's a character. Okay, it says it's a character. If I type X plus A, character and number A, what will it do? It will throw me an error. You know that it will throw an error. But if I say I'll convert this to a number, numeric value plus A, as dot numeric plus A, then it's giving me a warning NA. But ideally what happens is it has to give you a number out. Okay, it should give you a number out. So that's a good part, right, for type coercion. But here it's giving warning NAs. That's okay, but it still didn't give you error. Okay, probably this is not a right example, but yep, this is how it works. Okay, this is called as type conversion, converting from one type to another. So even if I don't run this, if I say as dot numeric, and if I say class of X, it's not converting, right? Okay, let me do one thing. I'll show you a better example. So let me read. Let me load a file called as credit. Okay, I'm loading a file called as credit. Let me import that. Here is a data set. Now if I say, show me the structure of this credit data set. Show me the structure of this credit data set. It says that default is yes or no. Default or does a person have a phone? It says yes or no. Any variable which takes limited set of values is called as a factor basically. So let me put it here. So you have phone. This variable is called as a factor. This variable is called as a factor. This is a factor which has two levels, yes and no. Okay, this is a factor which has two levels, yes and a no. Okay, now this is showing as a character, however, but this is a factor which has two levels. Either you have phone or do not have a phone. So that means it's a factor with two levels. How do I convert this character to a factor? How do we do that? You just need to do this here. You say, what is that? Within this credit data, you have an object called phone. Okay, you want to convert that into a factor. So you say, I want to convert this as a factor. What do you want to convert as a factor? Credit dollar phone. You want to convert this to a factor and you're assigning it back to the same object, right? Credit dollar phone. So now let me run this. And now if I say structure of credit, see what happens. Look at that phone. Earlier, what was the phone showing as? A character. Now it converted this phone to a factor with two levels. Sometimes when you load your data into your tool might not understand it correctly. If your tool doesn't understand it correctly, then you have to forcibly convert that to some type. Okay, then if you want to assign different numbers, you know how to assign, right? If I want to assign say 3, 4, 5, 1 in that way, not in a sequence, you combine them using C. This is fine, you know that. And if I run X, you get what is there in X. Wonderful. Now, if you have alphabets, If I say A, B, C, D, what do you think will happen? Question, poll question. Let's see who will answer this. So if I say Y of A, comma B, comma C, comma D, what will be the result? Will the result be A, B, C, D, or will I get an error? Let's see who will get it right. Yep, please answer this, friends. Oh, it is almost a balance. Oh my God, it's almost a balance. Ah, very interesting. So let me run. Oh, it did not found. It's throwing me an error. How do I fix this error? We will fix this error in a minute. But before that, Enoch, a few of them are sending messages asking them to give that particular link. Can you just post that LinkedIn group link? Okay, friends, we have this LinkedIn link, group link, which is available there. I request you all to please join that group. Immediately, can you do that? People who have not done that. And Enoch, also a few of them might not be having the LinkedIn account. So can you also underneath that post the Facebook group? Let them join this or that to answer the questions. Can you do that? Yeah, Lakshmi, you're right. Guys, you're right. So let's see how to fix it. 1 minute, let the remaining friends. Okay, you have two groups, friends, now, Facebook group and LinkedIn group. People who do not have LinkedIn account, join our Facebook. People who do not have Facebook, join LinkedIn. But if you do not have both, your job will become difficult. People are going to check whether you're active, you are close to technology or far away from technology, right? So either of those should be there. Please join quickly. Quickly do that, friends. I request everyone. We have 900 plus people. Everyone, please do that quickly. Yeah, we are doing that. See, what we are going to do is, friends, tomorrow we'll be working on text mining. Okay, tomorrow we'll be working on text mining. Let me give you a glimpse of that. That's an image file, I think. Tomorrow we will be doing text mining and we'll generate such word clouds. Are you seeing my screen? Tomorrow we will generate such word clouds. These kind of beautiful plots on the textual data, right? Natural language processing, text mining. That's the next big thing. We will do that. Okay, tomorrow. So tomorrow we will also give you a link for both Telegram and WhatsApp. Whatever you feel is apt, you might want to join that. Looking good? Friends, are you all excited to learn this tomorrow? Why don't you inform your other friends also and ask them to join? They'll be learning about text mining. Yeah, good. So people, please join. If you all have joined, well and good. Otherwise, you'll miss out all these things. We are going to look at all that. How many of you all are actively participating in the competitions and all that? Okay, and there are a lot of additional learnings coming your way. Excited? All right. Okay, so we will do all this certainly, and then we will learn many other things. Now, let us understand on how to fix this. In order to fix this, you put them in double quotes. Done. run. Okay, if you run Y, you get to see the output. That's how it works. Okay. You can also combine. You can also combine numbers and the strings. Yeah, you can actually output both. So these are a few good things that we have. Okay. And okay. There's also there are a few other things that will come in handy with respect to your analytics. I was just wondering, should I type or should I not type? Mm, let's do this. If I say repeat the numbers from 1 to 4, what would be the output? Is a question to y'all. Not 1 to 4. Repeat 1 comma 4. What will happen? Here is the poll question coming your way. Please answer this. If I say repeat 1 comma 4, will it type 1 or will it give me this? Let us see who will get it right. There you go. Please answer. See, if I would have asked you without giving those multiple choice answers, it would have been a little difficult for you in understanding. But now you understand what this does. It is going to repeat 1 4 times. Okay, another question. If I say repeat 1 colon 3 10 times, what would that do? Or my god, 10 times I cannot put it in poll, right? It will become difficult. Okay, if I do this, let us see what happens. So I'm saying repeat 1 3 2 times. Okay, then will it type 1 2 3 3, or would I get 1 1 2 2 3? Now it's interesting. Yeah, let's see who will get it right. Again, wonderful friends. You're almost getting it 100%. Good, good. Your analytical skills are good. You're getting closer to the objective of becoming data scientist. Very good. Yes. 1 2 3 1 2 3. That is what it types. Wonderful. Now, if I can put a twist in the tail here and say repeat 1 colon 3 1 colon 2. This time, what do you think will be the answer? 1 2 3 2 3, or will it be 1 1 2 2 3 3? Yep. Now, I want to test you guys. See, I have this habit of putting you guys in a fix. Let me see how many of y'all will get it right, how many of y'all will get it wrong. I would not say how many of y'all got it wrong. I would say how many of y'all got it right and how many of y'all learned from it. There's nothing called wrong here. Okay, okay. I see what's happening. So what it does is, why invalid times argument? Okay, the 2 colon 3. Sorry, my bad. Why? This is called as bouncer. Does it not come? Repeat numbers 1 to 3. 1 to say 4. Repeat it 5 times. Um, Maybe some issue. That's okay. Forget about that. So I'm saying I want to type numbers 1 to 3, 1 to 4. How many times? 2 to 4 times. Okay, this is how you can type. Other things, why you got error and all that, we can discuss later. All right. Now we need to get into vector. What is a vector? Vector is collection of items. Very important from neural network perspective. Also, it will come in very handy. Scalar means a single number. If I say 1, that's a scalar. If I say a, that's a scalar. A single number or a single entry, single object is called as a scalar. Vector is collection of items. Vector is collection of items basically. So what am I doing here? I'm taking all these numbers and assigning it to an object called temp. Temperature. Let it be there. We'll get to that. Now if I say mean of these numbers, what is mean? Mean is a simple average. What is the average of these numbers? You add all these numbers, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and divide it by the total count 5, which is 15 by 5, which is equivalent to 3. That's the mean. Okay, mean of these numbers is equivalent to 3. Here, if I run mean of this, what will be the answer is my question to you guys. Reset poll. Let me add this. Will it say that it is 3, or will it give me some other number? What could that other number be? Let me see. Will it give me 1 or will it give me 3? Friends, there is nothing called wrong. Either you get it right or you learn from the mistakes. Do you know what? All you guys are right in your thinking, but this will throw a output as 1. Why? Because when you say mean of these, your R doesn't understand. What R says is, if you have numbers, combine those numbers or concatenate those numbers and assign it to an object first. Assign it to an object first. Once you do that, then calculate the mean. Then calculate the mean. Yeah. Now you get 3. This is right. That's vector. Okay. Now we have list. What is a list? Okay, list is also a collection of items basically. List is also a collection of items. But I think I need to explain you something else before that. Should I get into slightly advanced things? Okay, that's okay. Let me explain that. Now, if I say I want the third element, I want the third element of this X, I can run that. It gives me the third element. Okay. And there is another way to deal with it. Say you create an object called Y and you say A of, or sorry, X of, you have that X, right? And then you want to say combine 1 comma 4. So what you're doing is from X, you're taking 1 and 4 and you're assigning it to Y. When I say Y, that's how you get it, 1 comma 4. If I say, let me create Z and I'm creating Z, and I'm saying I want X of 1 colon 3. What would this do? It will go to X and take 1 to 3, and then it will display the output. The reason why I'm explaining these is because Python is slightly different, guys. Python is slightly different. Okay. So if you understand this, you'll understand how is that different. Now, if I want to create, say, an object called AB, some object, you can give any name. You can also give your name. Say, let me give Rahul. If someone by name Rahul is there in the training, Rahul. What I would do is I would say, go to the Z and drop the first element. What is the first element of Z? 1. So let's see what it does. And let me type Rahul now. Object name can be anything. Now Rahul has 2 and 3. Why? The first one is deleted. You told -1 here. Okay, you can do all such things. If I say Z greater than 2, if I enter that, it says Z has numbers from 1 to 3. It has 1, 2, and 3. Is 1 greater than 2? No, false. Is 2 greater than 2? No, false. Is 3 greater than 2? Yes, true. That's a condition that you're laying. Once you have a vector defined, you can do all sorts of analysis on that. If you say Z divided by 2, yes, Z divided by 2, Z here has numbers 1 to 3, 1, 2, 3. Then Z by 2 means 1 by 2, 2 by 2, 3 by 2. 1 by 2 is 0.5, 2 by 2 is 1, 3 by 2 is 1.5. You have all of those. And many other things, friends, many other things, right? I'm not touching upon all that we teach as part of our regular training, but majority of the things are becoming clear for you, right? Now, list is heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means you can combine non-numerical values with numerical values. That's what list is. But vector, you need to have either all numbers or all non-numbers, non-numerical values. That's what it is. Now we have a list. List is heterogeneous. So I'm creating a list of all these non-numerical values, and I'm assigning it to an object called rain. I'm creating another list of all these values and assigning it to an object called temperature. Now if you say I want the list of rain and temperature, want to combine them, then look at this. This is how it will appear. List. So here the first list is rain and the second list is temperature. So in this 1 comma 1 means first row first column is yes, then first row second column, first row second column is no, then first row third column is no, then your first row fourth column is yes, then your first row fifth column is also yes. On similar lines, if you look at this part, this is a second list. Second list is temperature. Second, first rain, second temperature. Here you have 2 comma 1. That means second row. This is the first row. This is second row. Second row first column is 38. Second row second column is 32. Second row third column is 34. Second row Fourth column is 38. Second row, fifth column is 40. That's how you have it. And then you have a matrix. Same thing. I'm taking the temperature. I'm creating temperature, which is collection of all these numbers, 5 numbers. C, you have to put C. C of all these numbers. You created one vector. That means you created a vector. C means. List means you created a list. Here also you are saying C of all these and assigning it to precipitation. Now you're saying I want a matrix. Matrix with combination of temperature and precipitation. And then you're saying number of columns is equal to 2. And you want to represent them by row equal to true. Let me run this and then explain. Yeah. So what's happening here is you want 2 columns. Yeah, you have 2 columns. And you want to represent them by row. So what it does is it will go here 30, 32. Then 34, 38. 40, 110. 102, 103, 117 in that way. 2 columns and arrange it by rows. If I say 2 columns and row equal to false, let's say row equal to false, then what happens? Pink, row equal to false. What happens? Look at that. When you're saying row equal to false, then that means you want to arrange by columns. Simple. So you want 2 columns. Since by row is false, you're taking entire thing, putting it in column. Entire thing and putting it in column. You're not putting them in rows. You're arranging them in columns. Simple. That's how you can create a matrix. And finally, we have a data frame. The good part about data frame is that you have temperature, which is a vector. Precipitation is a vector. Rain is also a vector, but you're creating all numerical and non-numerical values. You can combine numerical and non-numerical values together, and using the assignment operator, I'm assigning it to an object called data frame. And when I click on this data frame, you get to see that temperature, precipitation, rain, all these 3 columns are created. Okay. Okay. 2 more quick things. Where did we come? 2 more quick things. Within Python, within R, you can either use an inbuilt function or you can write your own function. Inbuilt function means the mean that we calculated, right? We told that, okay, let me create an object called X. Let me assign the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. If I now say mean of X, this mean is called as an inbuilt function. That is called as an inbuilt function, meaning it already has that formula. It already has a formula on how to calculate the mean. Add all these numbers, divide by the count, that is already given in this. What if you want to write a function which is not there in R, which is not at all there in R? Then you can write your own function. How do you write your own function? You say, I want to write a function of X. And what should this X do? It should multiply itself 3 times. It should multiply itself 3 times. And then I'm assigning it to an object called cube. So a function is defined. If I say cube of 2, what would it do? What will be the answer? Let me ask this as a poll question. If I say, let me reset this. If I say cube of 2, will the answer be 6 or will the answer be 8? Yep, answer this, friends. Let me see how many of you all were active. 100% go with 8. Wonderful. Wonderful. 92, 93, greater than 90%. Wonderful, guys. So what does cube do? Cube is going to take a number and it's going to multiply itself 3 times. So what if you do cube of 2, what it would do is it would take this 2 and use it 1, 2, 3. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. Done. So if I run cube of 2, I get 8. Then if I do cube of 1 colon 4, what will be the answer? Again, a quick poll. This is all to ensure that your understanding becomes super duper clear. Will it be 1 or let me put it, will it be 12 or will it be 1, 8, 27 and 64? Let's run it. Yep, please answer. Great, great, great. Good, good. I really appreciate, friends. I really appreciate. Okay, you all are getting it right. You all are getting it right. Because what happens is 1 colon 4 will actually give you 1, 2, 3, and 4. When you say cube of that, it will take each number. It is going to substitute 1, 2, 3 times. So you get 1. If I take 2, substitute in this 3 times, you get 8. If I take 3, substitute in this 3 into 3 into 3 is 27. If I take 4, if I substitute 4 into 4 into 4, you get 64. So those are the answers that you would get if you run this line. Okay, you get 1, 8, 27, 64. Okay, now please don't go away. There is one important thing that I wish to announce here. Yep. Friends, we have our learning centers in all these places. We have our learning center in Aurangabad. We have in Billai, Krompet in Chennai, Coimbatore, Porur in Chennai, Thoraipakkam in Chennai, Guduvanchari in Chennai, Guntur, Guwahati, Dilshuk Nagar, ECIL, Uppal, Indore, Kalburgi, Kolkata, Navi Mumbai, Noida, Raipur, Vijayawada, Vizag. We have in all these places. Okay, these are the email IDs and phone numbers. If you want your certificate, you can reach out to your respective locations and ask them for the certificate, and they will publish you on the last day, provided you attend all the classes, etc. Yes, your attendance is mandatory, and they'll give you a certificate. You can collect it from your respective locations. If you are from none of these locations, then you will have to contact the head office. Okay, on the last day we will let you know on which email ID and which phone number you need to contact to get your certificate. If you're not from any of these locations, then we will help you. I think yep, we have in Pune and we have in Bengaluru also our franchisee locations or our learning centers. For now, you can contact the head office, but how to contact head office, etc., we'll let you know. Take a photo of this, friends. You all have phone. Just take the phone, take a photo of that. All these are our learning centers. Okay. So your certificates will come there on the last day. No. You can contact them. They'll send you a soft copy. Yeah, they'll send you a soft copy, not to worry. No, Madhapur, Kukatpally, Gachibowli, etc. will fall under our head office. If though, if your location is not here, if your location is not here, then you'll have to contact our head office. Head office is very simple. You just go to 360 digit MG, scroll down. You have the email ID here, inquiry at 360digitmg.com. Drop a note, right? But there are certain conditions before you get that. We will let you know. Okay, there are certain conditions, and we'll let you know. Okay, so I'm gonna just stop here and then ensure that we give the closing 2 minutes. So please guys, there is attendance form given to you guys. Please fill that. Yeah, Arjun, hold on to that thought. Last day. There's a suspense, right, Arjun? Slowly and steadily. This is like a suspense movie. Slowly and steadily you'll get there. Okay. All these documents, R code, everything, data set would be given to you guys. Wait until the last day. Attendance form is given. Please fill the attendance so that you might get your certificate. You are given Facebook group and LinkedIn group. And one more last thing before I forget, I request you all to connect with me if you haven't connected yet. But I might not find time and energy to reply to your messages because of somewhat busy schedule that I have. But nevertheless, I will try my best to respond. Here you go. That's my LinkedIn profile. If people haven't connected, please connect with me. Enoch, would you mind putting that also on the sticky note, my LinkedIn profile? There you go. How many more sessions you have? What, Thursday? 4 more sessions to go. 4 more sessions. Clustering, text mining, forecasting, and final session would be complete recap. No, if you're not in any of the locations, friends, if none of the locations are there, then contact us on this. Okay. For certificate, drop a note on this. Or you might contact this number, toll-free number, or this number, right? But first preference is just drop a note, friends. One of our team members would get back to you. All right. Thank you all so much for upskilling yourself. Thank you so much for upskilling yourself. And you'd be given your certificates on the last day. I repeat, on the last day, you would be given the certificates. We'll let you know the process on how to get the hard copy, soft copy. Hard copy, once the lockdown is done, you can go to your learning center and take, or you might collect it from head office. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.